We're on a record in cause number 328266, State of Texas versus Gerald Sterling. Mr. Sterling, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Sterling, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Sterling, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Sterling?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, Mr. Sterling. The information alleges that on about November 10th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, you were charged with the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass. Mr. Sterling, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
You this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
No contest.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
No, you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Sterling, prior to signing the misdemeanor plea admonishment, the court explained to you the explanation of rights to defendants without an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You was informed that you had a right to hire an attorney, and you also informed that if you did not have enough money to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. And you were also informed that you may represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you stated to the court, or you informed the court, that you wanted to waive your right to an attorney and to represent yourself. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, you also was read the waiver of counsel for purposes of entering your plea. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that waiver of counsel is located on State's Exhibit number 1, which is the misdemeanor plea admonishment, on page 2 in the paragraph that is titled waivers. Is that correct?
Yes.
And now, also on State's Exhibit number 2 on page 2, excuse me, State's Exhibit number 1 on page 2, there are a set of initials on the line that says Nola Contendere. Are these your initials?
Yes.
And there are another set of initials under the paragraph that is titled Discovery Admonishment on the line that states you do not wish to request discovery of the evidence and you waive your right to request discovery. Is that correct?
Yes.
And on page 3 of this document, there's a signature above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document, which is a trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal, at the bottom of this document, above the line that says defendant, is that your signature?
Yes.
There are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that's checked, states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Now, prior to signing and initially in these documents, did you read the document?
Yes.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and we'd like to offer State's Exhibit number 2, which is the probable cause affidavit.
Okay, Mr. Sterling, the state is offering State's Exhibit number 1, and State's Exhibit number 1 is the misdemeanor plea admonishment. That's a document that have your signature on page 3 and your initials on page 2. The state will also be offering State's Exhibit number 2. State's Exhibit number 2 is the probable cause affidavit, commonly referred to as the police report. And now the state would like to use both of these exhibits as evidence against you in this case. Is it all right for the state to use these documents as evidence in your case?
Yes.
Okay, no objection. State's Exhibit 1 and 2 will be admitted. Mr. Sterling, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No.
Mr. Sterling, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers are freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
The state is offering 10 days jail time credit for time served, taxing, and retiring court costs.
Mrs. Sterling, the state is offering that you serve 10 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail for this case, because you'll be given credit for time served. Also, If you owe any court costs, you would not have to pay the court costs either because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Mr. Sterling, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Sterling, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you've entered into with the state. Now, let's see, Mr. Sterling, please follow the bailiff and have a good day.